Hello, good afternoon. I'm just going to, as I did last week, go over a few problems with you guys to give you some examples of some things that will be on the quiz. So I have several problems here, all in the same video this time, just because I was able to organize it that way. So the first problem is going to look something like this. Calculate SP, the sum of products of deviations for the following scores. So I've listed the formula here, sigma xy minus sigma x times sigma y over n. So first thing I'm going to do is, here's your x's, here's your y's. Sigma x is the sum of the x's. So 4 plus 1 is 5 plus 3 is 8. 5 plus 2 is 7, 8, 12. xy is going to be 4 times 5 is 20. 0 times 2 is 0. 1 times 1 is 1. 3 times 4 is 12. Sum of xy is going to be the sum of these. So 20 plus 1 is 21 plus 12 is 33. Okay, so you have your table here filled out. And that's the table here is not required, but that is just the easiest way to keep the data organized. So sigma xy is here, it's 33 minus, and then I'm going to do an equation. So sigma x is 8, sigma y is 12. 8 times 12, I'm going to do on my calculator, and I get 96. N is going to be the number of scores, so 4, because it's 4 sets of scores. Okay. So it's going to be 33 minus 96 divided by 4, which is 24. So the answer is 9. And so SP equals 9. I'm going to move on to the next problem. These are the numbers that are in your book if you want to look at them, but I've just put them all here in the same place. So for the following scores, compute the Pearson correlation. So when I see a question, the first thing I think of is, what are they asking? So they're asking for the Pearson correlation. I'm going to look for the formula for the Pearson correlation. Now here's the formula, but obviously you don't have all of this information. You only have these scores. So we're going to fill this table out and come up with these, and then you can do the equation. So x is 2, y is 7, etc. These are the different scores. The deviation, so x minus mx. Well, the first thing we need to do is find mx and y. Sigma x, or sum of x, is going to be the sum of these scores. 2 and 5 is 7, plus 4 is 11, 18, 24. The mean of x, or mx, is going to be 24 divided by however many scores there are, which is 6. So 24 divided by 6 is 4. Y, sum of y is going to be 7 and 4 is 11, plus 7 is 18, 23, 29, 36. 36 divided by the number of scores, or 6, is 6. So now I can do x minus mx. So 2 minus 4 is negative 2. 5 minus 4 is 1. 4 minus 4, 0. 7 minus 4, 3. 2 minus 4, negative 2. 4 minus 4, 0. So now you can go on to y. Y minus my, or the mean of y. So 7 minus 6 is 1. 4 minus 6 is negative 2. 7 minus 6 is 1. 5 minus 6 is negative 1. 6 minus 6 is 0. 7 minus 6 is 1. Now you can move on to square deviation. So basically you're going to take the square of this column. Negative 2 squared is going to be 4. 1 squared is 1. 0 squared is 0. 3 squared is 9. Negative 2 squared is 4. 0 squared is 0. Now you can do the y's. 1 squared is 1. Negative 2 squared is 4. 1, 1, 0, 1. Now the products. So x minus mx times y minus my. So that's this column times this column. So negative 2 times 1 is negative 2. 1 times negative 2 is negative 2. 0 times 1 is 0. 3 times negative 1 is negative 3. Negative 2 times 0 is 0. 0 times 1 is 0. Now, the sum of squares you're going to get by adding these numbers together. 4, 8, and 10 is 18. 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 is 4, plus 4 is 8. Your SP is going to be obtained by summing all of your products. So negative 2, and negative 3, which is going to give you negative 7. Now you can calculate your R because you have SP, SSX, and SSY. So first things first, I'm going to make a new equation. SP is negative 7. I'm going to put the square root. SX is 18 times 8. Equals a new equation. Negative 7 over square root 18 times 8 is 144. I think the square root of 144 is 12. And then I'm just going to divide negative 7 divided by 12 to get my answer. And I get negative 0.583. So R is negative 0.583. And that's the answer. And then you're done with that one. Next up, this one's a little bit shorter. In a set of 10 pairs of scores, X and Y values produce a correlation of R equals 0.847. If SSY is 156, find the standard error of estimate for the regression line. So you start with your SS residual because you need that to get your standard error of the estimate, which is what you're looking for. It says find the standard error of the estimate. So you know that you're going to need that. You already have DF because you have a set of 10 scores. So your DF is going to be N minus 2, which equals, it's different than before. As you've probably noticed in your textbook, it's not N minus 1 in this type of problem. So it's going to be 8. So I'm just going to plug these in. I'll say 1 minus 0.847 squared this always happens. Times SSY, which was in the prompt here, equals 1 minus, and then I'm going to square 0.847, and I get 0.717 times 156. And if you multiply, or first of all, let's say 1 minus 0.717 equals 0.283. times 156. And your total is 44.15. So you've got your DF, you've got your SS residual. Now you can get the standard error of the estimate. So I'm going to do square root SS residual is 44.15. Degrees of freedom is 8. .15 divided by 8 is 5.519. The square root of 5.519 is 2.349. Oops. And then there you have the standard error of estimate for the regression line. It's 2.349. It's all just a matter of plugging the numbers in where they go and finding the formulas that match the information that is given to you. So here's another example. This is for finding the regression equation for predicting y from x and calculating the predicted y value for each x. So you're given x and y, all the x's, all the y's. This is very similar to a previous problem that we've done, but just has some different steps to it. So sum of x is 5 plus 1 plus 4 plus 7 plus 6 plus 4 plus 3 plus 2 is 32. Sum of y is 19, 30, 45, 51, 56. The mean of x is 32 divided by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 4. 56 divided by 8 is 7. Now you can do x minus the mean of x. So 5 minus 4 is 1. 1 minus 4 is negative 3. 4 minus 4 is 0. 7 minus 4 is 3. 6 minus 4 is 2. 4 minus 4 is 0. 3 minus 4 is negative 1. 2 minus 4 is negative 2. And then the same with y minus mean of y. 10 minus 7 is 3. 4 minus 7 is negative 3. 5 minus 7 is negative 2. 11 minus 7 is 4. 15 minus 7 is 8. 6 minus 7 is negative 1. 5 minus 7 is negative 2. 0 minus 7 is negative 7. Now we move on to square deviations. So we're doing x's first. So 1, 9, because that's this 3, negative 3 squared is 9. 0 is 0. 3 is 9. 2 is 4. 0 is 0. Negative 1 is 1. Negative 2 is 4. And move on to y, you get 3 times 3 is 9. 9, 4, 16, 64, 1, 2, negative 2 squared is 4. Negative 7 squared is 49. You can sum these for the sum of squares of x. So 10, 19, 20 plus 4 and 4 is 8. So 18, 22, 32, 38, 39, 43, and then 43 plus 49 plus 64. So the total of this is 156. Now you can do your products. So 1 times 3 is 3. Negative 3 times negative 3 is 9. 0 times negative 2 is 0. 3 times 4 is 12. 2 times 8 is 16. 0 times -1 is 0. -1 times -2 is 2. -2 times -7 is 14. So your SP is going to be these added together. So 12, 24, 40, 42, 56. So your regression equation format on page 534, it tells you that y hat is equal to bx plus a. So we have to figure out what b and a are in order to have a regression equation, and in order to tell what the predicted value for each x. Because remember, y hat is a predictive value. So we'll start with the equation for b, and that's SP over SSX. And we know that because we filled out the table. So SP is 56, SSX is 28. So if you divide that, 56, 28, you get 2. So B is 2. This one, MY 7 minus B is going to be 2 times MX, which is 4. So you've got 7 minus 8, which is -1. So then when you see that if it's asking you for y hat, this is not going to be a number, this is going to be an equation. So you're wanting this, but you have the B and the A now. So you say y hat equals B, which is 2x, and then plus, because here you are, so plus A, which is -1. Okay, so now you have your regression equation, and you just have to do the predicted y values with each of these numbers. So the y hat is going to be 2 times 5, which is 10, minus 1 is 9. 1 times 2 is 2, minus 1 is 1. 4 times 2 is 8, minus 1 is 7. 7 times 2 is 14, minus 1 is 13. 6 times 2 is 12, 11. 4 times 2 is 8, plus -1 is 7. And that is all of the answers that you were required to, oh wait, there's some more down here. The page kind of broke on me. So here's the equation up here. So 3 times 2 is 6, minus 1 is 5. 2 times 2 is 4, minus 1 is 3. And you'll notice that your predicted value of y should be relatively, it's not going to be exact, but it's going to be relatively close to the actual y. And that's all you have to do for that type of problem. It's a lot of steps, but it's actually all pretty common, like arithmetic. Once you know the formulas, it's pretty simple. You just have to keep everything straight. And that's the last problem. That's pretty much the types of big problems that you'll find on your quiz this week. If you have any questions, or if you watch this and you still have a problem with a specific problem on your quiz, then do not hesitate to reach out to me. Just provide me with whichever problem you're having trouble with, or anything else that you need, just reach out. So that's it for this recording.